Hi guys, welcome back to the channel and Happy New Year. It's New Year's Day 2020, so I hope everyone has their New Year's resolutions sorted and is starting off the year great. Really looking forward to 2020, hopefully getting to my goal weight. That's my resolution, so hopefully reach it by middle of the year. Going forward on the channel, obviously I'm still gonna be doing weight loss focused videos, but I'm thinking about trying out doing some reviews of certain TLC shows. I was mainly gonna focus on there's a short series that started today called 1,000 Pound Sisters, and it's a 6-part series, I think. And also there is my 600 Pound Life, which obviously I think those would be good for the channel because they're both focused on weight loss as well. I watch a lot of TV, but I don't really watch a lot of reality TV. But one show that I can't turn away from at the moment is 90 Day Fiancé. It's wild. I started watching it. It was a little bit interesting to me, having moved to America myself. When I was 17, I went on a visa first, and then after a few years, I got a green card. And that aspect of the show obviously interested me, but in the beginning it was more about like loving relationships and these people that just, you know, happened to fall in love with someone who wasn't an American, and they were bringing them over to start a life with them in America. But I think this is the 7th season, and they've got like loads of spin-offs. Pillow Talk, Happily Ever After with a question mark, and like The Other Way, where the American goes to the other country. But the season that's on at the moment, I mean, you're hard pressed to find one legit couple that you like. There's the very stereotypical older, wealthy, middle-aged man, and, you know, going out with 20, 21, 22-year-old who comes from a very poor place without a lot of education. And then there's another couple at the moment where the guy is like actually very nice. He's from South Africa, and I have South Africans in my family, and I work a lot with South Africans, and I also like grew up, like my school had a lot of South African kids in it, and this guy is very like, you know, typical South African, outdoorsy, and really into sport and things like that. And he seems like a really nice guy, and he starts going out with this American girl who just is the epitome of everything. Like she's like a cartoon villain of what people who don't like millennials think, and so I feel really sorry for the guy. But and then there's like another couple who she's from Dominican Republic, he lives in Florida, and they only knew each other for 8 hours before they decided to, you know, live together and get married. Because when they land in America, they get this K1 visa, and they have 90 days where they have to get married. But most logical people would say, okay, I'm gonna make the decision of I'm gonna marry this person, and the 90 days is literally like, I already know I'm gonna marry them, they're the person for me. The 90 days is to get them here, get them sorted, you know, have the actual wedding. But these people are looking at it as, I have 90 days to decide if I'm gonna get married. Like, the 90 days that's not what this is designed for, to like get to know them in 90 days. So it's really strange. But that was one of the show that I thought doesn't have a weight loss element to it, but it'd be quite interesting. As someone who's kind of you know, I've spent half my life in America and half my life in UK/Ireland, so a little bit of a different perspective. But today I want to talk about £1,000 Sisters. For anyone who hasn't heard of the show, it's about the Slaton sisters, who they are YouTubers themselves, Tammy and Amy Slaton. Their channel is just kind of them living their lives like most people's, well, a lot of channels are like that. They live in Kentucky. Tammy is the older sister. She's like right around my age, like 32. And then her sister is like a year younger than her. They're really close in age. And I mean, their YouTube audience is huge. I first found out about them because, as I've mentioned in videos before, I watch a lot of reaction channels to Amberlynn Reid. I really like Michael B. Petty. He's lost a huge amount of weight himself. He's really funny. And Zachary Michael, who is a YouTuber who lives in Chicago, and he's great as well. Zach in particular has done like quite a few videos on the Slatons, and I think that he has, you know, like a little small relationship with them, like he you know, direct messages them and things like that. Tammy there's like an Amy channel and Tammy channel, but Tammy's has like 22,000 or something subscribers, but Amy's channel has like over 120,000 subscribers. I mean, like that's insane. But I think they have the thing that Amberlynn has, where they have a lot of people that aren't actually subscribed but watch a lot of their videos. Like Amberlynn has a similar amount of subscribers to Amy, but you know, she gets millions of views. Like Amy, when I was looking at her stats, she has 32 million views over like 1,000 videos. There's one video where she does like a parody of Amberlynn Reid, and that alone has over 125,000 views. Like, that's a lot of people watching. And that video is also hilarious. But they're also kind of known for, I mean, they don't have the best quality, let's say. Like, they don't edit much, and they don't have like the best, like the footage is quite blurry, and I mean, I'm not one to talk, I don't have like a professional camera or anything, but they also do like recipes and things, and the recipes are very like strange. There's one where Amy makes like, I think it's some sort of pie, and there's actually like bugs in the video, but they take it all in their stride, and you know, they've got 100,000 subscribers, so they're doing something right. The show was interesting because it, you know, it's obviously a TLC professional Hollywood show, and it kind of starts out telling you, you know, telling you about them, and like a little bit like just what I did, like goes over that the, you know, their YouTube and shows some of their videos, and they go over their background, like when they were kids, they've always been overweight. Tammy is significantly heavier than Amy, and Amy, who's also, she's legally blind, and she's kind of like Tammy's carer. Like Tammy lives with Amy and Amy's husband Michael, and Tammy at one stage says she hasn't been out of the house except to go to the hospital in over 6 years. She like can't go in the shower, you know, like My 600 Pound Life, they really show you like in depth someone's day-to-day of like getting up, getting dressed, getting in the shower, all that stuff. And Amy like basically has to like wash Tammy's hair in the sink and like give her like a sponge bath. So and Tammy goes over. She has high blood pressure. She's been hospitalized for blood clots. Like she's had hospitalized for gout. Like she's had some serious issues. And Amy has high blood pressure, and they both have diabetes. So they're just, you know, sick of being overweight, and they want to get surgery is like the one thing they say straight away. So after they go over kind of their chart, they show pictures from their childhood, and the one thing that like runs throughout is that they say, you know, we always just knew we had each other. They didn't have a very good relationship with their mother. They did with their grandmother, but I believe she died when they were still quite young, like 10 or 11. And they have a lot of other siblings, but they said they were, you know, picked on a lot, and in school they were bullied, and it was always just like Tammy and Amy against the world. And look, you know, I do feel like sorry for them. It's especially like when they describe the relationship with their family, like it does sound like they had a really hard time growing up. They, you know, and you meet Amy's husband, Michael, who seems like really nice. They also had this weird scene where Amy buys Tammy some like workout stuff, and she like has the delivery box, and you're thinking, you know, oh, they're gonna pull out like a yoga mat and some workout videos or something. And she takes out I mean, anyone who's seen a late night infomercial, like the shake weight and the 90s fitness icon that is the Thigh Master, and the three of them like sit and, you know, work out with these things, but I don't think it was going very well. They also then are saying, oh, we need to tell our mom that we're gonna lose weight, and we're gonna have this weight loss surgery. So they, you know, they make this big thing that Tammy hasn't been out of the house in 6 years, apart from hospital or doctor's offices where, you know, she's been in an ambulance. So Amy, they have like a minivan, and Amy and Michael go and like fold all the seats down because they're gonna have to put Tammy on the floor in the back. And so, you know, they show the whole thing of getting her in the car and driving to this restaurant and getting her out, and then walking through the restaurant with like one of those Zimmer frames. And the mom is just sitting there with like a face like thunder. Like she looks angry, but just like so annoyed. And she just watches like Amy helping Tammy, and Tammy struggling to get in and sitting down, and it wasn't nice. And then they tell her, you know, we're gonna get weight loss surgery, and the mum is like the most unsupportive person ever. She's just like, I think you're gonna chicken out, you won't go through with it, like, you know, you're not gonna do it. And you know, you can see why they've had such a hard time. Like, you know, your mom of anyone is supposed to help and support you, and then she's the worst enemy. So when they leave, that, you know, they're like, oh, we're even more determined to do it now to prove her wrong. They like go for a walk, and Tammy has like a bit of a breakdown, like saying like it's too hard and she can barely walk, and Amy can like walk a little bit further, and she and her husband go and like sit on a bench. And like Amy was really great with Tammy. Like she was, you know, really patient with her, and you can really tell like they have a really strong bond and like really, really care about each other. Like Tammy is really lucky to have a sister like that. Especially, you know, she's living with her and her husband, and Amy's doing everything for her. Like it was really nice. And so, of course, there's nothing like TLC loves to ramp up that drama, and it gets to the point where they're going to do a weigh-in. And everybody, like, I never got to Tammy's stage, but I mean, Amy and I were probably in the same ballpark as each other. Like when I was at my absolute heaviest, I have an electric scale that it wasn't even expensive. Like I think I got it on sale on Amazon for like £25, like $32 or something, and I know that goes up to at least, I think it's $4.50, so like way above what Amy needs, which you can buy. But we've seen from Amberlynn's video, hello, it's ready, the scale that she has that speaks, that is, I think her scale was like $100 or something, but I mean, Amberlynn weighs basically 600 pounds, and that scale still works. TLC has the budget for a scale that goes to at least $650 or something. Like those scales go up to $750. Anyway, but no, they do, and doctors' offices too. They have scales that, like, you know, work for people in wheelchairs. But they're like, no, we're gonna take them to the junkyard. So they take them to the junkyard and make them get on this junkyard scale. And obviously Amy and Tammy are like, this is terrible, I'm having to come to a junkyard to get weighed. And they reveal their weights at sorry, I wrote it down so it was be exact. Tammy was 605 pounds, so that's, if UK people, that's 43 stone. And Amy was 406 pounds, so she was 29 stone. You know, obviously they're really upset. They've never weighed this much in their life. Amy said I can't remember when she said the last time she weighed herself was. Maybe it was like 6 months, a year ago, but she thought she was around 350. And that's one of the things that Dr. Now always says on my 600-pound life. Like, when you're overweight, like significantly overweight, you aren't gonna stay static. Like, you're either gaining weight or you're losing weight. And I went through that myself, where I was thinking, oh, I'm the same, my clothes still fit, but it's like clothes stretch, and especially, you know, the type of clothes you wear when you're overweight, that they're not too fitted. So if you're not losing weight, you're gaining weight. Like, there's very few people who stay 400 pounds. Like, you get bigger or you get smaller. And so Tammy and Amy have a video call with Dr. Proctor, who's from Family by the Ton, which is another TLC show. He's in Georgia because Dr. Now, who is amazing, I love Dr. Now, he's in Texas. So Dr. Proctor's kind of, you know, they tell him their weight and what they want to do, and they also tell him some of the, like, their whole diet, and then some of the, you know, things that they've been told, like when he asks them about soda, they say they drink a case and a half a day, Amy does, of soda. That's insane. But when she was a kid, she was told that if you drink diet soda, it like cancels out whatever sugar or sweets you've eaten. Where does that come from? And who believes that and spreads that information? It's mind-boggling. So obviously Dr. Proctor is like, what the? And they, he basically like, tells them cut all this stuff out, and they're gonna start the diet and go on and see, because like with Dr. Now, on my 600-pound life, like you don't just wake up one morning and say, I'm gonna get weight loss surgery, I'm gonna go and get it tomorrow. Like there is a whole process that you go through, and like on my 600-pound life, you have to lose weight before to prove that you can do it, because you can really, really hurt yourself. And if you just get weight loss surgery like that, it's not going to help you. Like you can hack or cheat or anything through weight loss surgery. Like when I had my surgery, I put on weight initially, because I've said before, I wasn't sorted up here, which is where the problem is. Like you don't get to be significantly overweight unless you have some sort of issue, like with whether it be with food or be using it to cover up some sort of emotion or problem. Like there's very, very, very few people who are overweight just because they like food, and I don't mean like 10 pounds overweight, I mean like hundreds of pounds overweight. Michael B. Petty said this in one video. I think he was talking about himself actually, and he was saying like when he looked at himself overweight, or when he looks at other people who are significantly overweight, like he sees trauma. Like that's how those people, like some people drink and some people take drugs and some people smoke. Like that's overeating is just another way that some people are compensating or trying to cope with something. So yeah, that, and then obviously there's gonna, next week will be the next episode. Amy and Tammy are still putting up YouTube videos, but I'm sure there's some sort of like, contractual thing where they're not like doing weigh-ins or anything like that. So it's hard to tell what's going on there, because all this was filmed in the summer, I think. So it's been a few months. You would think that that by now they would have had the surgery if they were going to have it. A lot of people on YouTube believe that Amy has had the surgery. Amy probably, I don't know the exact amount, but if say she had to lose 40 pounds or something before surgery, like it's quite common for Dr. Now to get them to lose 30 pounds in a month. So if hers was something like that and she met that goal quite quickly, she probably got surgery. But whereas because Tammy had so many health issues and she was over 600 pounds, they probably wanted her to lose like maybe 100 pounds. So and there's some people who can't have the surgery, like their heart isn't strong enough, or they, there's just other issues that could get in the way. So that's not to say that she won't ever have it. Like who knows, she could be having it right now for all we know. But yeah, I'll next week when the episode airs, I will definitely do a review of it. I think it is going to air on Wednesdays, but it because I live in the UK, obviously when it shows at 9 o'clock on Wednesday night, it's 2 in the morning here. So I normally, like 90 Day Fiancé is on Sunday nights in America. I watch it when I get home from work on Monday. So I'll keep going, and My 600 Pound Life is back soon. So that is another one that definitely got to get my Dr. Now fix. But thank you everyone. If this is something that you're interested in, please like and comment below. If you would prefer me to do a review on something else, Sister Wives, anything like that, let me know. Please consider subscribing to the channel. Put the bell notification on if you want to be notified every time I post a new video, and follow me on social media, the.ash.silver, and have a great 2020. I hope the new year brings you everything that you desire, and keep working hard for those goals. All right, thanks guys, talk to you later, bye.